Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, a health educator focused on longevity and mature well-being. Today we're going to clear up a topic that confuses many people after 60. Which vitamins may quietly do more harm than good when taken as routine supplements? My goal is simple: to help you protect your health, your wallet, and your peace of mind with calm, science-grounded guidance you can act on today. For decades, we were told that more vitamins automatically meant better health. The reality after 60 is more nuanced. Your body changes, your medications change. Your metabolism, absorption, and risk profile change. What helped at 40 can create problems at 70. That does not make vitamins bad. It means that routine, high-dose, or unnecessary supplementation can backfire. Food first, targeted supplementation only when indicated, and regular review with your clinician. That's the framework that protects you. Let me set the purpose clearly. I am not asking you to fear nutrients. I'm inviting you to stop 5 specific supplements that are commonly taken without a clear need and are more likely to harm than help in later life. Then I'll show you what to do instead, so you keep your vitality while avoiding unnecessary risks. Vitamin to stop number 1. High-dose vitamin E supplements, especially alpha tocopherol alone. Vitamin E became popular as a heart protector, but large trials in older adults found that high doses can increase bleeding risk, including a higher chance of hemorrhagic stroke in some groups. Vitamin E interferes with platelet function and can amplify the effects of blood thinners and anti-inflammatory medicines many people take after 60. Another issue: most capsules contain only alpha tocopherol, which can suppress other forms of vitamin E that work together in whole foods. If you take a separate high-dose vitamin E just in case, it's time to stop. What to do instead? Get vitamin E from real food: almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, avocado, olive oil. If your clinician has a documented reason for supplementation, it should be a balanced, evidence-based dose and form, not a default mega capsule. Vitamin to stop number 2. Preformed vitamin A, retinol. Supplements taken routinely without deficiency. Vitamin A in its preformed retinol form can accumulate in the body because it's fat-soluble. In mature adults, excess retinol is linked to reduced bone density and a higher risk of fractures. It can also strain the liver over time. Many multivitamins still include retinol, even when diet already provides enough through eggs, dairy, and fortified foods. If you are over 60, stop separate vitamin A capsules and avoid multis that load retinol. What to do instead? Favor provitamin A carotenoids from food: carrots, sweet potatoes, winter squash, leafy greens, apricots. Your body converts beta-carotene as needed without the same toxicity concerns. If you truly need vitamin A for a documented deficiency or an eye condition, your clinician will guide dose and form with follow-up. Vitamin to stop number 3. High-dose vitamin B6, pyridoxine, taken long-term for nerves or for energy. B vitamins seem harmless, but B6 at high doses over time can injure the very nerves people hope to protect. Peripheral neuropathy, numbness, burning, tingling, loss of balance, has been reported with chronic high-dose pyridoxine. After 60, your nervous system is less forgiving of excesses. Many nerve support blends hide 50 to 100 milligrams or more of B6 per tablet, and some people take them daily for months. If you're using B6 above the small amounts found in a modest multivitamin, stop the extra. What to do instead? Get 6B from food: fish, poultry, chickpeas, bananas, potatoes. If a lab-confirmed deficiency exists, your clinician will use the lightest effective dose for the shortest duration and then retest. If you have neuropathy symptoms, ask for an evaluation rather than self-treating with more B complex. Vitamin to stop number 4. over-the-counter niacin, vitamin B3, used at high doses for cholesterol without medical supervision. Years ago, niacin was used to raise HDL and lower triglycerides. But in modern practice, high-dose niacin adds limited benefit while increasing risk of flushing, low blood pressure episodes, itching, elevated blood sugar, and in some cases liver toxicity, especially in older adults and in people on multiple medications. If you're taking sustained release or high-dose niacin without current clinician oversight, stop. What to do instead? Discuss your lipid profile with your clinician. Food pattern, movement, and targeted prescription therapies, when indicated, have clearer benefits and predictable safety monitoring. If niacin is ever used, it must be supervised with labs and dose control, not a casual daily over-the-counter pill. Vitamin to stop number 5. High-dose folic acid taken for brain or energy without checking vitamin B12 status. Folic acid can mask the blood changes of B12 deficiency. In later life, B12 absorption often declines due to lower stomach acid, medications like metformin or acid blockers, or autoimmune conditions. If you pour folic acid on top of an undiagnosed B12 deficiency, your blood tests may look better while nerve damage silently progresses. If you're taking separate folic acid without a clear reason, stop. What to do instead? Ask for a B12 evaluation if you have fatigue, memory changes, balance issues, or numbness and tingling. If folate support is actually indicated, food sources, leafy greens, beans, lentils, asparagus, citrus, are preferred, and any supplement should be guided by labs, often alongside B12 support. Let's pause and connect the dots. None of these nutrients are poisons. The risk comes from unnecessary high-dose or unsupervised supplementation in a body that has changed with time. After 60, the margin for error narrows. You may be on anticoagulants, antiplatelets, diabetes medicines, thyroid hormones, or blood pressure pills. You may have reduced kidney or liver reserve. Stacking extra vitamins just because can tilt the system in the wrong direction. Now let's replace fear with a plan. If you recognized yourself in any of these 5 categories, here's a gentle sequence to follow this week. Step 1. Gather what you actually take. Empty the cabinet onto a table, put every bottle in the light, read labels out loud, note doses, highlight vitamin E capsules, any retinol-containing products, B6 above a few milligrams, niacin at any sustained release or high amounts, and standalone folic acid. You may also flag energy or nerve blends that hide those vitamins inside proprietary mixes. Step 2. Stop the 5 categories we just discussed unless your clinician has given you a specific, current reason to continue. Do not taper niacin without guidance if you are on very high doses. Send a message to your clinician and ask how to discontinue safely. Everything else can usually be stopped outright. Step 3. Shift to a food-first foundation. Build a simple plate you can repeat. For vitamin E, a small handful of nuts or seeds most days. For provitamin A, a serving of colorful vegetables, carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, kale, red peppers, daily. For B vitamins, prioritize protein and legumes, fish, eggs, poultry, beans, lentils. For folate, lean into leafy greens and beans 3 to 4 times a week. For overall resilience, add olive oil, berries, and a fermented food like yogurt or kefir if tolerated. Step 4. Book a medication nutrient review. Ask your clinician or pharmacist to look at your prescription list and your supplements together. Bring the bottles or a clear list. Your question is simple. Given my age and my medications, which supplements are helpful, which are neutral, and which are risky? This 15-minute conversation can save you months of confusion. Step 5. Test, then target. If you have specific goals, energy, mood, bone strength, immune function, ask for the labs that matter before you supplement. B12 and methylmalonic acid for suspected B12 issues. 25-hydroxyvitamin D for vitamin D status, if there's a reason to suspect low levels. Iron studies if you think anemia is present. Never start iron without labs. Thyroid panel if fatigue and cold intolerance persist. Numbers guide decisions and protect you from random guessing. Step 6. Pick 1 or 2 essentials and stop there. Many older adults feel best with no multivitamin at all, and a few food-based habits done consistently. If you and your clinician agree on a modest multi, choose one designed for seniors that avoids high doses of fat-soluble vitamins and keeps B6 low. If vitamin D is recommended, it's usually at a conservative dose with follow-up labs. More is not better. Right-sized is better. Let me give you 3 brief stories to show how this plays out in real life. Evelyn was 74 and took a multivitamin plus separate vitamin E because it's good for the heart. She also took an antiplatelet medication after a stent. She often bruised and had nosebleeds. When she learned about vitamin E's bleeding risk, she brought her bottles to her cardiology visit. She stopped the vitamin E with her doctor's approval and switched to a senior multi without added retinol or high B vitamins. The bruising eased. Nothing dramatic, just fewer surprises and more confidence. Luis was 69 and had tingling in his feet. He had been taking a nerve support blend with 100 milligrams of B6 for months. He stopped the blend and asked for labs. His B12 was borderline low. His clinician prescribed B12, adjusted his diabetes medication, and rechecked him 8 weeks later. The tingling improved. The fix wasn't more B-complex. It was stopping the excess B6 and correcting the real issue. Clara was 72 and started an OTC niacin because she read about good cholesterol. She flushed, felt dizzy, and her fasting blood sugar crept up. Her clinician explained that niacin is no longer a first-line approach for lipids in her situation, stopped the supplement, emphasized Mediterranean-style eating and walking, and optimized her prescription therapy. Her energy returned. Simplicity won. You may be wondering about other common supplements. What about vitamin D? Vitamin D can be helpful for some older adults who are genuinely low, but megadoses can cause calcium problems. The key is to test and treat, not to guess and gulp. What about vitamin C? It's generally safe at modest doses, but large amounts can upset the stomach or kidneys in sensitive people. What about calcium? It's a mineral rather than a vitamin, but the principle is the same. Food first, supplement only if dietary intake is insufficient, and after discussing kidney stones, constipation, and interactions. The pattern holds: test, tailor, track. Let's return to the heart of this message. You do not need a cabinet full of capsules to age well. You need clarity, a few smart habits, and respect for the way your body changes with time. When you stop what doesn't serve you, 2 good things happen. First, you reduce risk. Fewer bleeding problems, fewer nerve symptoms, fewer liver surprises. Second, you make room for what actually helps: movement, protein in plants, steady sleep, stronger relationships, and a calm mind. If you like clear action steps, here's a gentle 7-day reset you can start tonight. Night 1. Remove the 5 supplements we discussed from your routine unless prescribed. Morning 2. Build a breakfast with protein and color. Scrambled eggs with spinach and tomatoes, or Greek yogurt with walnuts and berries. Afternoon 3. Schedule your medication supplement review. Evening 4. Go for a 20-minute walk before dinner. Night 5. Organize your remaining supplements in a small box so the routine is simple. Morning 6. Choose 1 leafy green and 1 bean to eat today. Night 7. Write down any changes you notice: less flushing, steadier energy, fewer bruises, calmer sleep. Small shifts count. Now take a long breath with me. Exhale slowly. You are not behind, you are not late. Your body at 60, 70, or 80 is responsive. When you remove what irritates it and provide what nourishes it, it responds with steadier circulation, clearer thinking, better balance, and a quieter nervous system. That is vitality in the real world. Let me close with one sentence to keep in your pocket. After 60, smart subtraction is as powerful as smart addition. Stop what harms, and what helps will finally have room to work. If this message brought you clarity, choose one action before bed. Clean the cabinet, pick a food upgrade for tomorrow, or send a note to your clinician for a quick review. If you know someone who would benefit from stopping unnecessary vitamins, share this guidance. And if you want more calm, practical education for mature health, subscribe so we can keep learning together in a way that respects your time, your intelligence, and your body.